The air inside the car was suffocating, thick with a silence that felt louder than any argument. My grip tightened on the steering wheel, knuckles pale, while the wipers carved frantic lines through sheets of rain hammering the windshield. Beside me, Lena sat quietly, her face illuminated by the pale glow of her phone. She hadn't said a word since we'd left home, her fingers tapping the screen in a rhythm that felt alive, secret, and steady. I stole a glance at her, lips pressed into a thin line, and unease coiled in my stomach. She called it a family reunion, her voice bright as she persuaded me to drive her to her sister's engagement party. But the text I had glimpsed earlier on her phone, before she snatched it away, wasn't from her sister. It was from him. The wet road stretched on endlessly, headlights carving fragile tunnels through the storm. My mind replayed what I'd seen, the name mark and the words, "Can't wait to see you tonight." A dull ache bloomed in my chest, spreading like poison. When I asked her about it, she brushed it off too quickly, too sharply. Just a friend from work, Tom. Don't make it weird. But her darting eyes and the tremor in her hand, as she tucked her phone away, told me otherwise. A crack in the foundation of our marriage, small but undeniable. I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to, but the seed of doubt had already taken root, its thorns tightening around my heart. The estate loomed ahead, glowing warmly against the storm. Cars lined the gravel drive, tires crunching as I pulled in. Lena adjusted her emerald dress, the fabric hugging her figure, and gave me a smile that never reached her eyes. "Ready?" she asked, her voice stretched tight like a wire. I nodded, my throat dry, carrying the weight of that message like a stone lodged in my chest. Inside, the ballroom pulsed with laughter, clinking glasses and the delicate hum of strings. At the center, Claire beamed in white beside her fiancé, radiant and glowing. Families swirled around them, voices loud and joyous, but I felt apart, scanning faces, dreading the one I might recognize. Lena drifted away almost instantly, murmuring something about helping Claire. I watched her weave through the guests, movements calculated, eyes too quick. My pulse hammered. Was he here? I grabbed a glass from a passing tray, the champagne icy in my hand, and tried to focus. The room smelled of roses and polished wood, chandeliers scattering fractured light across marble floors. But my eyes stayed locked on Lena. She was by the bar now, laughing with a man I didn't know. Tall, broad-shouldered. His hand brushed her arm as he leaned close to whisper. My stomach flipped. I told myself it was harmless. Just friends, colleagues, but the tilt of her head, the way her fingers lingered on his sleeve, spoke a language I couldn't mistake. "Tom." Claire's voice cut through my haze as she pulled me into a hug, perfume sharp and floral. "So glad you came. Lena's been such a help tonight." Her smile was genuine, but it twisted the knot in my chest tighter. If this was truly a family gathering, why did it feel like something else entirely? I forced out, "Congratulations," my gaze sliding back to Lena. The man had disappeared, but she was staring at her phone again, her face unreadable. I wandered aimlessly through the crowd, the din pressing in like a weight. Snippets of talk drifted past. Wedding plans, Uncle Ray's bad knees, but none of it stuck. My mind spiraled back to the past months. Lena's late nights, her sudden distance, the way she locked her phone. Each memory a breadcrumb pointing toward the truth I didn't want to face. By the open patio doors, I slipped outside. The rain had eased to a drizzle, the night air cool, heavy with the smell of wet earth. I drew a shaky breath, and then I heard her voice, low, urgent, from the garden shadows. "I told you not here," Lena whispered. My heart stopped, pressing against the cold stone wall. I peered around the corner. There he was, Mark. I knew him now, her work friend from last summer's picnic. His hand rested on her waist, his voice low, intimate. She shook her head, but didn't pull away. The sight hit me like a blow. My legs weakened, but I couldn't move, couldn't look away. She said something sharp. He laughed softly, a sound that made my skin crawl. I wanted to storm forward, demand answers, tear the moment apart. But fear pinned me. What if she loved him? What if everything we'd built, our home, our life, our nights together, was a lie? I stumbled back inside, my heart pounding so loud it drowned the music. The ballroom blurred into a haze of faces and chatter. I found a chair in the corner, forgotten drink in hand, trembling. Minutes later, Lena returned, cheeks flushed, smile too bright. "There you are," she said, sliding beside me. "Having fun?" I stared at her, searching for the woman I'd once held through grief, laughed with until we couldn't breathe. Was she still there, or had I been loving a ghost? "Who's Mark?" I asked, my voice low, steady despite the storm inside me. Her smile cracked for just a heartbeat. "I told you, just a friend." She reached for my hand. I pulled back. Her eyes widened, guilt flickering before she smothered it with a laugh. "Tom, not here. Don't do this." "Do what?" I snapped louder than intended. Heads turned. Color drained from her face. She grabbed my arm, dragging me into a quieter hallway. The air was cooler, the noise muted, but the tension between us vibrated like a live wire. "Talk to me," I demanded, voice shaking. "I saw you with him. Lena." Her gaze darted, then dropped. For a moment, I thought she'd deny it. Instead, her shoulders sagged, breath leaving her in surrender. "It's not what you think," she whispered, her tone weak, unconvincing. "Mark and we got close. Work was stressful, and you were always so busy." "Stop." The word cut sharp. My chest ached, not with fury but with grief, so deep it hollowed me out. "How long?" Her eyes shimmered. "A few months. But it's over, Tom. I swear I was going to tell you after the night." A bitter laugh escaped me, jagged and broken. "After the night?" "While you were out there whispering with him in the dark." My voice cracked, shame burning through me. "You brought me here knowing you'd." The words shattered in my throat. Tears spilled down her cheeks as she reached for me. "I didn't mean for it to happen. I love you, Tom." "I do. I got lost." Her words cut deeper than the truth itself. Because love wasn't supposed to feel like this, like a lie you told yourself just to breathe. I turned away, vision blurred, and walked back into the ballroom. The celebration still raged, oblivious of the wreckage inside me. Claire waved me over, but I couldn't face her. Not now. I slipped outside into the storm, rain soaking through my jacket. Lena's voice chased after me, but I didn't stop. My phone buzzed, expecting another lie. I pulled it out, but it was from Claire. "Check your email." "I'm so sorry." Confused, I opened my inbox. A message from her, sent an hour earlier. Attached was a screenshot, Lena's text with Mark. My hands shook as I scrolled. Flirtation, plans, and then the final blow. "I can't leave Tom, but I can't stop thinking about you." The rain mixed with tears I hadn't known were falling. Alone in the storm, her betrayal crashed fully over me. Inside, the party carried on, mocking everything I thought we had. I didn't know what came next, confrontation, forgiveness, or walking away. But as thunder rolled across the sky, one truth rang clear. The woman I loved had broken us, and I didn't know if we could ever be whole again.